More details do we know about these changes then, Paul?
Yeah, Colette, so it's estimated that around half of all employees have no entitlement to sick pay as part of their contracts. Now, this plan, which has been signed off by Cabinet and will go through the houses of the Oireachtas, as you say, will be phased in over the next 4 years. So once it's in place in the coming months, workers will be entitled to 3 days sick leave every year. That rises to 5 in 2024, 7 in 25 and a maximum of 10 days by 2026. Now, employers will pay it at a rate of 70% of their employees' wages. It will have a maximum daily cap of €110. Employees will also have to have a sick cert, a medical sick cert, to get this sick leave, and they will also have to have been with the company for a minimum of 13 weeks. And that's really something that's of concern to both opposition parties and to trade unions, the fact that you will have to have a sick cert. They say many people don't have GP cover or a medical card, and if they have to fork out €50 or €60 once they get an appointment with their GP, that will be a barrier to taking part in this scheme. We've been speaking to SIPTU's Greg Ennis to get his reaction.
Yeah, the sick pay bill does not go far enough. It's given workers 10 days sick pay by 2026. I would argue it's derisory. Workers will not be able to afford to pay for a cert when they're only getting 70% of their sick pay, particularly low-paid workers such as those in the meat and food processing sectors. We have a situation where we're going to have to live with the pandemic moving forward. There will be variance. Workers need to be protected, and this bill simply does not go far enough.
Now, announcing this plan today, the Taoiseach of Radker acknowledges that many companies out there, many businesses are struggling due to rising costs, Brexit, COVID, the situation in Ukraine, but he believes that this plan does strike a balance. However, we've also been speaking to employer group IBEC, which isn't convinced.
Huge concerns for employers, particularly looking at the sectors that are going to be most impacted, often the ones that have just been hit very badly by COVID, facing into inflationary pressures, looking at energy costs going through. We know that that's going to create significant costs, with a huge employment legislation agenda already in the offing as well, that's going to add to that burden.
Now, as I said, this proposed legislation has been signed off by Cabinet. Next stages now will go through the houses of the Oireachtas, but when fully operational by 2026, every employee will be entitled to 10 days sick leave.